What's up, guys? Welcome back to Keto Rewind. I'm Jess. Welcome to a week 45 update of my keto journey. Wow, 45 weeks since I decided to change my life. This is the second to last weekly weigh-in before we start 2020. So in just 45 weeks, there's been so many changes to my health, to my self-growth, to my job. And I can't thank you guys enough for supporting me and cheering me on and being a part of something great. With that being said, if you have not already, please consider subscribing to my channel. I am on a quest or a mission to lose 140 pounds and rewind my weight from a morbidly obese weight to a healthy weight. And I'm using keto, intermittent fasting, carnivore, ketovore, an old-fashioned rolling up the sleeves and getting down to work. So yeah, let's get started into week 45 of my keto transformation. Okay, so the title of this video is something that I get this topic a lot. What do you do when you get to your goal weight? Now that you have, I don't know, I think I have like 43 pounds left to lose or something. What am I going to do then? Am I going to go back to the way I'm eating? You know, that kind of thing. Lots of questions are like that. Not just from my keto community, but from my friends and family, acquaintances. So the name of this video and what we're going to talk about today is it's a lifestyle, not a diet. When I took my time to research this lifestyle, one of the main things I kept seeing is this basically changing everything about the way you live up until that point and moving forward. That's the new you. That's the new lifestyle. That's the new you. So when I decided to do that, like what I was doing up until I got to 309 pounds was not working for me anymore. And the yo-yoing, the constant dieting, the constant stress, the constant feeling of, disgust, all those emotions with being that morbidly obese, being so tired, not being able to keep up with my kids, that was not working. So why would I stay on that path or return to that path when I get to where I'm trying to be? So it was never something that I decided at the time that I was going to go back to once I got to my goal weight. This is a lifestyle, not a diet. And I can't stress that enough. When you do your research, if you're new to keto and you are not sure if you could do this or not, for one, I would not recommend this if you're not willing to change your life and stick with this for the rest of your life. It's kind of like you're wasting your time. There's other diets out there that might work better. But if you want my advice, I would not say jump into this and with any intention to going back to the way it was. It's not a quick fix. It's not, that's not what it is. It's a lifestyle. It's not a quick fix. However, yes, you lose weight quickly with this lifestyle, but that doesn't mean you go back to the way you were eating. That just means the weight came off and the damage is you pumped the brakes on the damage that you were doing on your body. So when I get to my goal weight of 169 pounds, I'm going to just keep doing what I've been doing. I am not returning to the standard American diet that is a high sugar, high processed food, chemical shitstorm. I love living this way. So that's the first point I want to make. And that brings me to my next point, where I have dabbled in keto, intermittent fasting, carnivore, and ketovore through my journey. And the reasoning I do kind of like a bunch of things is because I'm testing what works best for me, how I feel, my goals, my current goals. Overall, long term, I'm staying keto. But sometimes carnivore just gets me focused better and gets the scale moving, and I feel great on carnivore. However, with my personal choice, I don't feel it's something I can stick with as a lifestyle because I love green vegetables. I love my salads. I love asparagus. I love broccoli, you know? So right now I'm kind of doing keto and carnivore, but that's because I'm getting the scale moving and I'm getting to my goals. And I do enjoy eating carnivore. It's easy. But I'm never going to go full carnivore. I mean, at this point in my life, I want to say, I feel that I like keto too much. And keto is easier for me to keep doing. It's, you know, but I am using carnivore as well to get to my goals. Now, if I were someone who had an autoimmune disease or something that there's a lot of inflammation or, you know, a gut issue or, you know, there's a ton of reasons to do carnivore, I would full on be carnivore for life. However, I don't have any of those issues. I'm just using it for more of a weight loss and to feel good and, you know, as a tool to get to my goal weight. So that's why I kind of do this new thing called ketovore. So I'm doing a mix of keto and carnivore. And that's what's working for me. You have to do what works for you. Maybe carnivore is not something that you can do. Maybe that's too restrictive, you know, like whatever the case may be. There is no right or wrong answer. You do you. And for right now, my plan is to keep doing a keto carnivore mix till I get to my goal weight, and then I'll just be keto most of the time. Now, when it comes to intermittent fasting, it wouldn't matter if I was keto, carnivore, standard American diet, whatever the case may be, I will always be doing intermittent fasting. That literally has changed my life in itself and a huge part of the puzzle of why I gained back weight after I lost it, you know, in millions of yo-yo diets before. So I will always, regardless of what food I eat, do intermittent fasting. And I like switching it up. I just like using that as a tool to help with my emotional eating, any snack cravings, and, you know, just weight management in general, in addition to the millions of health benefits of why you should do intermittent fasting. So that's like my part 2 of my little spiel here. But that all leads me to say that there's no right or wrong when it comes to what works for you. Just because I'm a keto channel doesn't mean I couldn't do carnivore or I couldn't say carnivore is awesome. I feel like this is part of my channel because I'm using carnivore to help, you know, get to my goals. So why would I not share that, you know? I mean, if it didn't work for me, I'm sure I'd tell you that too, but I really do enjoy carnivore. But I do also love my vegetables. So that's why right now, that's what I'm doing. But my main way of maintaining this 140-pound loss will be keto and intermittent fasting with some carnivore dabbled in, you know. But that's mainly keto. And then that brings me to my next point. You've got to find a way to release stress, tension, all the things that will trigger you to go off plan. For me, when somebody makes me mad, somebody upsets me, I put music on and I blast it. Here's a picture of headphones. I put music on and I just tune it all out, and then that music brings me back to me. Sometimes I'll go to the gym. Sometimes I will just go get some fresh air. Sometimes I'll talk to a friend. But this is a part of the puzzle that you absolutely need, because when you get, if you're like me who's an emotional eater and stress or someone makes you mad or, you know, it's a bad day, all that stuff sets a trigger on my brain to eat. So you've got to find a release. And that's my homework to you for this video, is you've got to find some way to release that. And that's I use music and working out as mine, but you may have something even better like meditation or, you know, whatever. You've got to find something to get that off your chest, even if it's just talking to a friend. Sometimes talking with my girlfriends will just get it completely off my chest and I'll feel so much better, you know, after an hour of chatting with everybody, you know, but you've got to get that off and you can't let that eat you. And that triggers you to fall off. So that is part of this lifestyle, because leading into my next point, never let anybody hold you back. never, never let anybody hold you back. If somebody you live with doesn't support keto, don't let that excuse keep you from changing your life. If somebody that you, if even it's a parent, a kid, or, you know, anything, a work, a job, you know, don't let anything stand in the way of your dream, of changing your life. And sometimes some people have it easier than others and have a great support system, but others don't have that fortunate, you know, that they don't have that in general, and it's a lot harder. But I want you to know that you cannot let anybody stand in your way of being who you want to be, and getting to those goals, to changing your life, to go on feeling amazing. But basically, you've got to fight for you and be your own health advocate, you know? So, and if it may be harder for you to do this, but if you know in your heart it's the right thing to do, this is what you need to do, and you can do it and you know it, you've got to tune out anything else and get it done. And it is easier said than done. If it was easy, everybody could do it. So, and that leads me to my final point: get up and stand like a champion. That's one of my favorite lyrics in one of my favorite all-time bands. I'm a fan of the Goo Goo Dolls. I wish I could play their music on my channel. But one of their lyrics in one of their newer songs, So Alive, for one, if you need a good song to go listen to, that's the song that I listen to probably 4 or 5 times a day, minimum. I listen to that song. It's on my playlist. So check out So Alive. But it so resonates with me in my journey. Get up and stand like a champion is a line from their, or actually is a lyric in that song, and it strikes a chord with me, because if you think about how many times you're going to get knocked down, how many times you're going to have a weak moment, how many times someone's going to derail you, or how many times something like life gets in the way and you fall down, you've got to get up and stand like a champion. You owe that to yourself. And each time you get knocked down, you're going to get up stronger, and eventually you're going to have a knockout, and you're going to be at your goal weight, and it's because you got up and stood like a champion. And that's me. If you look back in my previous weekly keto transformation updates, you will see how many times I knocked myself down by letting temptation, stress, holidays, vacations, being naughty, but not planning. I mean, if you look at how many times I have gained in the 45 weeks that I'm supposed to be losing, but pulling all that together, and look, we're at week 45. I weighed in at 213 pounds, which means I lost another pound this week. It's Christmas this week, and I still lost weight. I have never lost weight in December, let alone Christmas, ever in my life. So that's a non-scale victory in itself, just the fact that I can do that. But I didn't get to 96 pounds lost by giving up. I got up and I stood like a champion, and I found a way to get it done. And I stuck with it, and I was stronger at the end. And now, going forward to 2020 in the new year, I am so excited for what 2020 is going to be, because I felt like I see a lot of friends, a lot of stuff on Facebook, like 2019 was brutal for them or whatever. And I feel so bad for them, because in my eyes, 2019 was the year I got it done. 2019 is the year I took back my health. 2019 is the year that I made it about me, and I didn't let anybody stand in my way. I was going to get to my goal weight no matter what. So going into 2020, I have nothing but hope for 2020. For the first time, and I'm going to put a whole nother video about the new year and like new stuff. I've got so many awesome video topics coming up, but in just a little insight of what's to come. But it's the first time in my whole life I've had hope going into a new year. I've always wanted to have a new year because I was just so miserable, and I wanted to get over with, and maybe something lucky or, something would come to my rescue and save me. But then I found out it was me all along. I had to do it. I had to follow all the advice that I preached to you and actually do it. And I can say that fighting for my own life has been so life-changing. Not to be too cliche, but it was. And I want that for you too. So my videos next year are all going to be about being a better version of yourself, to finding that inner strength and learning how to get back up, because it's part of the journey. It's a lifestyle. It's not a diet. And it's going to be so rewarding. And I am so excited about next year, because next year I'm going to get to my goal weight. I mean, that's huge for me. I never thought I would ever, when I started this on February 11th, 2019, I never thought I was actually going to do it. And here I am, standing like a champion, getting it done. So I'm going to leave you with that and a bunch of pictures of my journey. And I will see you with, I've got a lot of cool recipe videos this week for Christmas. So I will see you back then. Right now you're watching Keto Rewind, and I'm Jess. So happy holidays from Keto Rewind.